Hello everyone, it's Retroaction, and welcome back to another Transformers review. This is the Micromaster Battlefield Headquarters, released by Hasbro in 1990. This is actually, well, the Micromaster Combiner. This is part, one of the Micromaster Combiner playsets. This is the Micromaster Combiner Battlefield Headquarters. This came out at the very end of the line in 1990. It's one of the rarer Micromaster playsets, alongside the anti-aircraft base, which is the Decepticon counterpart. It comes with full barrel and overflow. But I don't have those Micromasters because they are hard to find. Is it overflow and full barrel or full barrel and overflow? Anyway. But as you can see, it's a great big truck. It's a bit like Optimus Prime, which is quite funny given the fact this came out in 1990, same year as the Action Masters and stuff. But it's sort of reminiscent of Optimus Prime. But it's got some nice chrome at the front there. This is one of the coolest Micromaster playsets, if you ask me. Its second mode is a bit strange. The alt mode is a bit odd, but in this mode it looks fantastic. As you can see, we've got chrome at the front there. It's one of my favourite Micromaster playsets. I wish this bit would stay together. That'll come into play later. But you can see we've got headlights there, and it's chromed over. It's quite cool. Now this is a bit discoloured, this top section. So what happens is, well, we can open it up and you can put your Micromasters in there, which I can't use full barrel and overflow because I don't have them. Instead, I'm going to use wheel blades and I can't remember, but these are from the Metro Squad. And they're Micromaster Combiner as well. So, they're Micromaster Combiner squads. So, I've got two of those in there. Got these smokestacks at the top there, which are quite cool. To the side there, even. If you spin it around, got plastic tyres. Plastic wheels anyway. Yeah, the chrome's quite nice on the front. Now the stickers should be here on the sides. The story behind this one is Simon and Carl found this at London in 2018, I think it was. Yeah, so it's 2018, September 2018. Yeah, it's missing. It's missing all four of the missiles, the other two guns, and the Micromasters. But this is a very hard set to find, and I think it was only £25, maybe, something like that. I don't know, can't remember. And the stickers are a bit worse for wear. Well, they're in the wrong. Excuse me, they're in the wrong place. Either way, it's quite an epic find. It's quite impressive, really, because it's a really good price for this, whatever it was. Yeah, so that's the story, and it actually fell, and they picked it up as it was falling. So saved it as well, because that store, that shop. I obviously didn't realise how high up it was. Something like that. That was the story. It fell from a high place. They picked it up and they brought it back for me, along with the Masked Manta, I believe. So that's quite cool. The Masked Manta might have been when they went back. I can't remember. But either way, Manta came from London as well. But the Battlefield Headquarters came from London too. And quite an epic find. There's also a few Transformers comics, I think, he picked up from there as well. Anyway, so that's the story behind this guy. And I've had it ever since. And it's a great Micromaster playset. One of the rarest Transformers, being it came out at the end of the line, just as it was cancelled. Just before it was cancelled in the US, because this came out in 1990. The year Transformers ended in the US. The line was cancelled by Hasbro. And this came out just then. So, yep, that's the base mode. Well, the barrel truck, I don't know if this is the base mode or not. It's not. Anyway, there's a few ports to put Micromasters at the top here. You can put people at the top there and everything like that. And, open it up. You've got your two Micromasters driving it inside. It's quite a cool mode. It's quite nice. But to transform it, what we're going to do is we're going to take these sections off. Little splits in the two. Now, these sections at the side here will fold down like that. And then what you can do is, if you get in here, the top of the truck half will fold down into place to form a cockpit. And then what we're going to do is to the back here, we're going to fold these down, and now you have a jet. And the same goes to the other side. The wings fold down to reveal some Autobot logos, which are in the right place, unlike the other stickers. And then you take this giant section, and it all slots into place, and it clips in like so. We've also got the 1990 Hasbro ink there. Like so, there it is. And now we've got the space shuttle and the attack jets. But there's something else. There's more to this than meets the eye, because what happens is the halves open up. This section comes down, and now you have a base. This space shuttle's got technically probably the most normal base mode you're going to get with this set, because then what you can do is you can plug in these guns like so. There's a few, obviously there's posts, and it fits into these holes, and there you have it. So now you got what you would class as a base. It looks more it's more like a base. It looks a better base than the other mode, put it that way. Well, anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to take out, we've got a few other Micromasters here. These are from the Micromaster Combiner Missile Launcher, which is also from 1990. I've done a review of these already. I got the names around the wrong way though. This is Surge. No, that's Retro even. God, he did it again. That's Retro. And this is Surge. But either way, what you can do with them is they can stand and operate the cannons like so. And you can also drive up Micromaster here, because this is a rear ramp. So that's quite cool. You can store your Micromasters inside, close it up, and it's like cargo carrier, cargo shuttle. It's actually a space shuttle. And there's also a place at the front here, which has got some quite good detail. And there's a few ports which you can put the Micromaster on. And this hole, of course, is for when it transforms back into the truck mode. So the battle truck mode looks quite cool. This looks quite cool. Yep, that's the technically it's like a base mode or attack mode for the space shuttle. So that closes up. Some quite good detail in there. I like what they've done here. It's really cool. It's a nice feature how this opens up, and you can put your Micromasters inside. It's definitely a cooler base mode than what we would get later on. But there you go. There's quite a lot of room in there, and there's ports to put Micromasters again. You can attach the guns like so, and you can have your Micromaster standing and firing. So there you go. Let's do that. So there it is. You can fire that cannon, and then what you can do with the other one is he'll fire the other cannon, the other gun, like so, and you can drive Micromasters up. So yep, that looks quite good. That's quite a cool mode. There it is. And you can have Micromasters drive up and down this ramp, like so. If you take the ones I had in the front, in the cab, you can drive up there, and you can put them inside, and you can close it up. In fact, you could have done that in the truck mode as well. This would have come down, and you would be able to take your Micromasters out. But anyway, so that's that mode, and you can also put someone in the cockpit at the front there, like so. And they can just sit in there, like that. Pilot the plane. But we'll get to that right now, because now what we're going to do is we're going to close that up. Some quite good detail on this jet. It's quite a big jet mode. It's quite cool. However, one thing I did forget is these do turn in, like that. And now it's technically flying. It looks like it's just got great big wheels hanging off the bottom, but never mind. And then there's a few ports here to put the guns. Through holes to put the guns in. There you go. And there you got the space shuttle armoured up. And what you can do is, again, you can take your Micromaster and you can put them in there, like so, and you'll be flying it. Let's take them out of the way. Let's bring back the other Micromasters. Because now, the weird part about this jet is, of course, if you look at the back, it's still a truck. It does mind, some people, it doesn't mind me, but some people do mind that. So, some people aren't very pleased that this is just, the truck, the front of the truck is just hanging off the back of the jet. I mean, that probably looks a bit more like a tail fin, but, well, you've got tail fins moulded in here, but, this jet looks quite cool. This is the attack jet mode. And what you would do with the other two guns, you would put them in there. As for the figures, obviously, if you open this up, you've got the cockpit again. There's some quite good detail in there. No stickers, but unless it's supposed to come with stickers. And you've got a few cannons off the side there, which is quite cool. And of course, what you could do is you could put your Micromaster in there, like so. I don't know if he's sit in there a bit better. Kind of gets lost in there. Nope, there you go. So yeah, there he is. He's piloting that. That's quite cool. And then what you can do is you can take the other Micromaster and put him in the cockpit of the other jet. Bit of a shame really that there wasn't like a canopy for this one. They could have done that, I suppose. It kind of just sits in there and it's open, so it's a bit weird. But never mind. And that bit would close up. It's quite a cool front though, that's quite a good cockpit. But the weird part is this is the cockpit, and yet he's sitting in there, which is kind of strange. No ports in there if you really want to have anyone standing up in the jet as it flies. Bit stupid, but there we go. You see, you got the giant guns off the top there. The scramble guns, I think they're called, scramble blasters. And then you have the two smaller blasters up there. So there you have your two separate jets. You got the attack jet and the space shuttle. And now what you can do is, if you see there are two holes there, and there are two posts there. What happens now is you can combine these. If you fit the posts together, the jets will actually interconnect or connect up. The jets will combine, and now you have the battlefield headquarters. Now it's an interesting mode, this one. It looks alright, I suppose. It's quite a cool mode, really. But really, I guess it looks a bit better like that. I'm not sure, but how they have it in instructions is like this. So now you've got the two jets together, and this is the battlefield headquarters mode. So there it is. That is the battlefield headquarters. And you've got two Micromasters in there. And now you can fly in this super jet, which is kind of strange. And obviously you attach the bombs onto these clips here, the missiles are attached there. Put the two smaller guns at the top there. Still doesn't look that great, but it is what it is. So it's all right mode. Definitely prefer the other mode. It's kind of cool. You know, this thing can fly around-ish. It's quite bulky though, and it wouldn't be very aerodynamic because it's just two halves of a truck stacked on top of each other, and these thrusters, I don't know, or engines, something like that. But it looks alright. It's quite a cool mode, but it's not really a base mode. But this is actually supposed to be the base mode, which is kind of strange because it looks more like it turns into two vehicles. It looks more like it turns into two vehicles. You know, you've got a truck, and now it becomes two jets as the battlefield headquarters. You have a battle truck, and now you have two jets. And then you have the battlefield headquarters mode, which isn't much of a base because it's two jets stacked on top of each other. I mean, it could be a flying base, an aerial base, or something like that. That's quite cool. It looks cool, but it doesn't look very well. It wouldn't be very it wouldn't be very useful in terms of flight, because this thing would probably have a hard time taking off and landing. But there you go. And the Decepticon might be able to shoot this down. But overall, that is the battlefield headquarters mode. It's interesting. The fact that it stacks, the fact there's two jets on top of each other is a bit strange, given the fact it's a truck that becomes two jets. The jets are probably better once you disengage them. Once the jets disengage, they probably look a bit better. And then you've got the space shuttle mode and the attack jet mode. But when they're together, it is a bit odd. But overall, not bad. It's definitely a rarer set to find. As you can see, mine is not complete. I'm missing all four missiles and two of the guns and the two Micromasters. This one hasn't got any ramps to connect up to other sets, because there's no way you could connect this to other sets. Looks quite cool if you parked outside Countdown or something like that, which is a Micromaster base I better get to, because that is a more believable base, you could say, than this one, for definite. But these stickers would be here so I guess that might take the bad look off them. It's not, you know, it's very American. The red, white and blue colour scheme going on. It's quite cool. Very British as well, actually. So I kind of like it because of that. It's quite a cool colour scheme. The Optimus Prime looking truck is quite cool. The chrome is nice. It's still kind of strange though that you got the truck just hanging off the back of the jet like that. And flying this thing would be an absolute nightmare. But it's unique. It's cool-ish. It's not bad. It's not the worst mode ever. But it's a bit of a strange base mode. And I much prefer it in its conventional mode if we're going by mask. Kind of mask taller, I guess. It's much better in the vehicle mode. It technically becomes two vehicles. It's kind of hard to say really which one is supposed to be the base mode. But this is meant to be the base mode because it starts out as the truck and then it becomes this. So, but again, as I said earlier, the base mode looked better once this section opened up and you could actually like have guns firing over them. It looked like an actual base with just the space shuttle when it opened up. Now it looks like another flight mode. Well, there we go. That's the Battlefield Headquarters. This has been Retroaction. Thank you very much for watching. I quite like this mode. It's quite cool. Obviously, it's not the best base. Definitely not the most believable base. Scorponok, Triptychon and Metroplex have much better base modes. But overall, it's a unique base. Came out right at the end of the line in 1990. So it is harder to find with all the pieces. Definitely would recommend finding one with the 4 missiles and the 2 other guns. Well, all 4 guns actually, and all 4 missiles, and with the Micromasters. Though the Micromasters are very hard to find. The Micromasters actually are just a smaller version of the base. They transform into, you guessed it, a truck. So you've got 2 trucks in one. Anyways, been Retroaction. Thank you much for watching. This has been the Transformers Micromaster Combiner Battlefield Headquarters. It's one of the coolest Micromaster Combiner bases in the truck mode. The anti-aircraft base is a lot better in this when it comes to its base mode. This base mode is sort of strange, but I really do like the look of the other 2 modes that this guy has. When the jets are separate, this mode I don't mind. It looks quite cool actually. If you had this on display, the other Micromasters, it's kind of cool. And if it had the missiles, it would look a bit better. But it is a bit chunky, and the wheels are a bit odd. But there's no other way they could have done that back in 1990. This part might stay together a bit better though. Oh yeah, there we go. Well, you can see it looks a lot better like that. And the fact you just stack it on top, and there you have a base mode. It's kind of strange. It's a strange decision from Hasbro. Strange design choice. But there it is. So this was Retroaction with the Micromaster Combiner Battlefield Headquarters. Thank you for watching. Definitely pick this up if you can find it. Obviously, if you don't like Micromasters or you don't like the later G1 stuff, you have to be like a really into, you know, the Transformers or G1 to really want to get this guy, because really, you know, to want to get the Battlefield Headquarters, because it is a bit of a weirder Micromaster base. As you can see, this is not a very good base mode whatsoever. Just looks like 2 vehicles to get another, you know, just looks like 2 jets, but there we go. So if you're not, you know, a fan of Micromasters or a G1 fan, you probably wouldn't like this, but if you are, I would say get it. It's a harder set to get, therefore it will set you back a bit more, but overall it looks quite cool on display in the truck mode especially. And 2 jet mode isn't too bad, but this mode, you know, the 2 jets separated is quite cool, but this mode is a bit strange. Don't mind it that much. It's quite a cool mode, but I definitely prefer it in truck mode, and that's how I have it displayed. The 2 Micromasters that come with it are quite cool, better than these 2. But there we go. Anyways, be Retroaction. If you can find it, definitely get it. And this has been the Micromaster Battlefield Headquarters. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.